Izo fele, Izo bagese. Kakatopo, Minister Gine Domadensia. Kona ko ngobe maine.
Zokwe, are you coming up? I saw some kind of report on Facebook today. They say somebody said they bail her for you.
No way.
What do you mean by no way? Your picture there, you standing right side of her, you say nobody bail her for you?
Nobody bail her. The time where my home was there, boy. My son. He said, yeah,
okay.
I don't know. Calling to bail her for me. Calling not bail her for me.
You know they call a person?
No.
You thought that nobody here, they call calling?
I don't thought nobody to be calling. They make it meeting. I can't put nothing. So they will not lie on my knee. Say they bail her for me. Not bail her for me.
So who the son that say he will come and bail her for you?
We are the president. He the one supposed to do everything for me.
Okay. What the president will do everything for you?
Everything for me. Every more.
But the opposition board, the board that brought the news now on Facebook, that somebody in the opposition and your nigga go what you doing? What you
do? I want suing. I was suing.
You suing?
I was suing.
But the thing, but like they man ask for your name. What are you gonna do?
Where I come to do? I will sue that man. Hey brother, where you go? He's saying.
Well, gave you the definitive answer as to whether the children were drowned or stay alive and hidden somewhere.
So the involvement of Zanzan Kawa starts like this. Upon going there for our first visit and returning, after all they have said that we got traditional people over the water and all of that, so we thought it wise to include the traditional chiefs and elders. That's how we came to get the involvement of Zanzan Kawa. So when we went there, through his influence, we were able to get the claim under and that of the kingdom under.
Listen, if you are a lady out there and you like me, please tell me you will not die. I'm telling you, not die. Just tell me I'm here. Tell me you like me so that we can start something. Don't hold it, my dear. Eh? You might never know I also like you too. Eh? You will never know I like you too. Eh? This is stupid nonsense of you ladies just keeping it to yourself. You are dying inside. You are buried inside. There's even a tombstone. Believe me, my dear friend, you are missing out. If you want a relationship with me, you like me, please tell me. Tell me, my lady, tell me. I'm here for you. Yeah.
During the past 12 years, our party, the Congress for Democratic Change, accepted the disputed results of two previous presidential elections in 2005 and in 2011 in the interest of peace. Nevertheless, throughout those two terms, we continue to engage the government of the day in a constructive manner, even accepting to serve as peace ambassador when called upon to assist them to maintain the peace under their regime. We must all learn to respect the mandates of our electorate, even when that mandate is not in our favor, and not be selective in our support for democracy only when we win. Mr. President, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the Liberian civil conflict came to an end when all parties and warring factions signed a comprehensive peace agreement in Accra, Ghana in August 2003. The accord called for the establishment of a Truth and Reconciliation Commission, the TRC, to provide a forum that will address issues of impunity, as well as an opportunity for both the victims and perpetrators of human rights violations to share their experiences in order to facilitate genuine healing and reconciliation. The TRC was duly established, concluded its hearing, and produced a final report in 2009. Among other things, the report called for the establishment of an extraordinary criminal tribunal to prosecute those identified as having committed gross violations of human rights and economic crimes between 1979 and 2003. It is important to note that the TRC report also recommended the use of conflict resolution mechanism that has been traditionally used in Liberia, called the Palava Hut, where in various district meetings conducted by community elders, perpetrators could publicly request forgiveness from the victims, and where the aims of restorative justice could be served. When I spoke before you last September, after my first 9 months in office, I indicated a preference for dialogue as a conflict resolution mechanism, so that as a government and people, we could together focus our efforts on poverty reduction, growth, and economic development, rather than on retribution. However, since that time, there has been a rising chorus of voices from many quarters calling for the establishment of an economic and war crime court. These voices include not only thousands of war victims, but also of the alleged perpetrators who seem to wish to either clear their names or their conscience. Support for the establishment of the court has also been voiced by many international organizations, as well as some of our international partners. Mr. President, We are at a loss to understand why the clamor for the establishment of the code is now being made, almost 4 decades after it was first called for, and during which time no such pressure was brought to bear on the government that grew out of the Accra Peace Accord. Nevertheless, our government is a listening administration, and we have been paying keen attention to the voices of our people. What I have discerned from their cries is that it is important to bring closure to the wounds from the 14 years of Liberia's brutal civil war, and that we need to agree on a mechanism that will guarantee the sustenance of peace, stability, justice, and reconciliation, as well as enhance our prospect for economic recovery.
Mr. President, Diamond Slanger for Spoon FM.
Yeah.
The speech caused a lot of uproar in Liberia, especially with the portion that had to do with the War Crimes Court where you made Liberia's case. What should Liberians expect from that particular portion of the speech?
I just stated, I don't understand what you want. Since we came to power, I've not one day called for War Crime Court. You, the journalists, call for War Crime Court. Liberians are calling for War Crime Court. Both the victims and the perpetrator are calling for War Crime Court. What I did is to explain to them why now. So if you don't understand my English, then you need to go back to the speech and then you read it well. You calling for War Crime Court, I say now why this time? When we have an economic issue, we're trying to develop our country, why focus on the War Crime Code now? Why you did not focus on it 12 years ago? And those people that were part of the entire process of what happened to us, they led the 12 years. So what now? Is that what you want? Okay, then we'll send it to the legislature. And then so Liberians can talk about it. I think it's important.
Welcome to the TV.
And the vote that coming, the next vote, we have to be careful. Especially me, I will vote trying for people. Black guy, I will vote for black guy. For the country to be set. The vote. Because it will be 3% that will be running.
3% will be running the coming election.
Yes. We got the vice president with Joe Taylor. Then we got the president Joe Weir. Then Joseph Boakai. It's a 3% that will be running. Actually, that we know about then. You got me? But the size, my only size that we already taking the end. The whole country will take it. It will be Joseph Boakai.
So what you really seeing now? Tell what really making you vex in the whole thing?
What making you vex? The country is looking better. Yeah.
You saw the country looking bad. How you looking bad?
Fine. Thing that we not seen before. We seen it.
What do you see?
Many Liberians, not some, in the diaspora, they push cartoon like everyone else, come up in the evening and write trash. Stanton Witherspoon, the CEO, cartoon pusher. Get the free body, cartoon pusher. Then, cartoon pusher. The Court Association of Liberian Journalists in America. Have you seen it on CNN? Have you seen it on Fox News? You can be sitting in America, you just eating burger and be talking all kind of thing. It's not fair. I'm out of government now. And I stood by what I said, and I stand by it today. Cartoon pusher.
On the panel of the Justice for Victor campaign and residents of District Number 17 have gathered at the grounds of the Capitol to petition the 54th National Legislature to summon the Inspector General of the Liberian National Police, Colonel Patrick Suru, on grounds that on the 15th of August, Paul Leto Innocent, Victor Famula was murdered with body parts allegedly extracted, and the suspect was arrested and transferred to the Sunset Police Depot, where we have Chief Superintendent Blama Yanse as the Commander-in-Chief on the 15th, the 16th, the 17th, with the delay to have this murder suspect charged, we foresee the scenario of justice delay and justice being denied. And so on Saturday, which was the 25th, we came on the grounds of Central and we saw the suspect in the custody of the police. Alusin Jallo was there. We came back on Monday. We saw the suspect. He was there. And then the police told us, you go home. And then after a while, if there is a need, we will call you. And so we went home trusting the Liberian National Police as the only agency to protect our life and property and enforce the law and make sure that everyone that commits crime bear the full weight of the law by passing through their office. To our utmost dismay, after we left the office of Central on Monday, on Wednesday we received an intelligence in the evening that the suspect is no longer in the custody of the police at their headquarters. We took it for joy because it was a rumor. Then we went there on Thursday. When we went at Central, the police confirmed that this murder suspect, someone that allegedly murdered 7-year-old child, not just anybody, but a 7-year-old child that has a bright future, has escaped, but I say allegedly escorted by the police from Central. And so it raised contention within us. Up to present, that suspect cannot be accounted for. In fact, the Liberian National Police even made mockery of the family and us by saying that whosoever find this suspect, they will give him $1,000. If Colonel Patrick Sulu and police have already escorted the men, let them take the $1,000 and share it among the police. Let them take it as allowance. They can even take it as a padam.
So your presence,
take it as good one.
Your presence.
Today, our presence here, we are calling on the 54th legislature to summon Colonel Patrick Sulu according to our petition that they have received. And we have been given word that it will be read in plenary today. So today, we clear with our statement. Colonel Patrick Sulu must appear before the Liberian people and give reason as to why a murder suspect in his office will walk away under his sleeping ass with all his knowledge. That gave grounds for us to ask ourselves. And now, it said that the police of Liberia are now conspiring with criminals to commit crime, or should we be asking them or asking ourselves that the Liberian National Police is now conspiring with criminals to invade the way of the law? Or maybe we should conclude by saying the Liberian National Police are the doer in disguise. Just find in blue uniform, but go and commit crime and protect themselves. But we don't want to say so because the brother of people will be too heavy on us. But their actions are convincing us to believe that how can you allow a Sierra Leone national, a foreigner, with a murder case? We're not discussing trespassing, we're discussing murder with body parts allegedly extracted. If any be here is 7 years, let Patrick Sulu call the Bini. Then they start making for. In fact, one critical thing, why Azun says the suspect changed his clothes on a Brahma Yanse watchful ass. But then this is a murder case. The clothes of that suspect could be used as a primary evidence in a forensic investigation. Where is the suspect clothes? We are demanding the Liberian National Police to produce that clothes.
My name is Oshama.
So are you the mother of this child?
Yes.
Please give us your account. How did it happen?
It was on Monday. My mother called me Monday night, 8:30. My mother called me, say my child missing. When she called me, I checked. I went to the police station. And I will continue saying it. I went to the station and registered the case. I in tears, police people look at me and say I should give them money before they cater to my case.
Talking about police at the Zone 6 depot.
Pioneer Junction Police Station.
Okay.
Up the track. When I went there, I wanted to make it with nurse. My sister hold me. I said no, and she want money, let she follow behind me. And she want money. When she want money, let she follow behind me. They want my hair oil, they warm that day for my son. I said that she follow behind me. My sister hold me also. She said that go get on motor, but go to the Omane. Let we go look for the labor. We went to the Omane, I was having you name and the young man, I was saying Jalo. When I reached, I was crying. He asked me for my phone. I should give him a phone to call his lawyer. Asked him, I said, you are who in flower? Or you are making flower before you want to call lawyer? But anything we doing, he said we must go conference center. I said, for me, nothing I drive from me conference center, so I can't go there. As this hour 2 o'clock in the night, he said, "We go conference center." I said, "I can't go conference center." So Saturday, when they arrested him to Zone 6 police station, he called me. Me, the one that hurt me in the whole case like here. They never asked the young man question. They never asked him anything. And he's so brave to take phone and call me, say, "Oh, say they bring me here. They never put me in jail. I on personal bench." One day they never stepped to our house to even ask us what going on. So like how me and my mother then we came central. When we come central now like how police were able to follow us to our house to ask us a few questions that how we explain. Tell the Liberian police are brave. Brave, they're a killer and they are killer. Liberian police are killer. They want that they do to me. Amen.
They are. Continue.
They are brave. They calling me on my number to go and search for the suspect. I mean supposed to search for the suspect. I mean supposed to search for him. Why they must be so brave for me, Liberian police? So only the foreigner you respect in the country. We the citizens we not get no voice in our own country. No. Even they kill you, sell you calling police, they can't come to your rescue. Why they must be so brave on me? Why they must be so brave on me, Liberian police? What? Liberian police must be so brave on me? Amen.
So sorry.
They call me unexpected and they say the person not run away. I'm gonna go search for him. Where I know that he is now, I'm going to search for him.
First of all, we want to extend our sympathy to the Banjo community family, and having listened to a well-written petition by these concerned citizens, I move, if I can obtain a second, that this petition be received and turned over to the Committee on Claims and Petition and the Committee on National Security, if I can obtain a second.
So, sir, I will be ready to vote because this is a sensitive national security issue and some emergency is being attached to that. I'll be ready to vote if you could accept just a simple amendment that the leadership of the House, because it is a very grave matter, take cease of this immediately. When they meet by Tuesday, the leadership can provide full briefing because the leadership needs to get involved directly with the people and that of the police authorities. Very sensitive. It's a very sensitive issue.
Considering the national nature of this issue and its high degree of sensitivity, I accept.
Mr. Carter, welcome. This is KMTV.
Thank you so much, Emmanuel, and it's a pleasure to be on your KMTV.
What is the account of the police when the alleged murderer is now at large?
Firstly, let me register my disappointment that a Liberian citizen will be murdered in cold blood, and some individuals are trying to use the situation to gain political capital.
What does that mean?
It is a big disappointment. This little boy that died is a Liberian citizen. He would have been very promising to this country. Now, coming to the issue of what happened, we had a meeting with the mother of the victim, of the deceased,
Let me welcome you to the let me welcome all of you guys to the Magnificent Abraka Talk Show. Here, this morning, I'm going to be very brief because the police, what should be interpreting and what should be protecting the citizens, the police beat on one of our brothers to death. They beat him until he had to die. They beat him to death. That's how our police are not responsible, because it is the gender-weak police officer that are put in uniform to barricade the corridors, the principal street of our country. Let me bring you, I will be bringing you video clips. From there, we'll go straight to the phone. Yeah, this morning, I'm not talking too much. You will hear it for yourself. You will hear it for yourself. But let's go straight to the video.
Good morning, T-Max. We are grateful for the opportunity provided us.
Good morning, Tima. Good morning for the invite, and my name is Liberian Keita, and thank you very much for the invitation.
I want to set the ball rolling. I was on my way to Capitol Hill. I could not get there. What led to that protest? What was responsible? Let me start with the coordinator. Let me start with AB.
All right. Thank you so much, T-Max. And let me say good morning to the many listening audience, both in and out of Liberia, because Car TV is hard to follow, especially when it's 50-50. Yesterday, protest was organized by the movement against police brutality and injustices. And as of recent, we have observed the many brutality against peaceful civilians by the police. When you just read a front page Africa a headline, and they carried that story that one Fatou Kamara was beaten and she lost one of her eye. In fact, on another occasion, she had to survive through oxygen. As we speak, she's currently at the hospital, at the Benson Hospital around the Pinsville Bell. And the next day, Fatou happens on Wednesday. The next day, on Thursday, Ali Sherry, a truck conductor, was also beaten by police. He was murdered instantly by the police.
What did Ali do?
Ali is a conductor on a truck, the cream truck, and trucks were being arrested by the Liberian National Police at the Japanese Freeway route, and they were being banded at the NTA fence. Few of them. It was something that they wanted to do with as commercial activity as usual. So when they banded the cars, they started releasing them upon paying 500 LD. But Ali did not have money. Ali insisted that he had just come out and they had not made any trade. And he didn't have any money on him. So he pleaded with the police, to be specific, SACO, to release his vehicle, but to no avail. So Ali decided to place a call to somebody from the Liberian National Police to hire up. So when Ali made a call, and Ali was asked to give the phone to the police officer in charge. So Ali took the phone to SACO. Instead of responding to the call, or perhaps he could turn it down, he didn't do that. He heard the phone and hung up the call and put the phone in his pocket. SACO
Put Ali's phone in his pocket.
Put Ali's phone in his pocket. So Ali started to walk after him. I beg you, say you don't want to release the truck, give me the phone. Perhaps I'm able to call somebody to bring me money, because it is all about the $500 you want. Let me get somebody outside of the fence. Let me call somebody so they can be able to bring me money, to lend me money. Then when we have a business, then I will pay the person back. He said no. That's how he ordered his boys to drag Ali outside of the NTA compound.
For requesting for his phone.
For requesting
to make a call for somebody to come to his aid.
Sure. That was exactly what happened. That's how he shoved Ali, and the police officer, two other police officers came, they dragged Ali Osa, they beat him. In fact, when they were bringing Osa to the NTA fan, when they shoved him, his head knocked on the wall, the exit of the fan. The head knocked, the mark is on the head, the body is still there, the mark is on the head. And they dragging us out, they beating Obadu right behind his neck. Wow. And Ali suddenly fell off immediately outside of the NTA fence. And Ali peed on his head instantly because of the pain, Tima. He was murdered in the eyes of the police. And to make matters worse, there was police vehicle and people were pleading that Ali should be taken to the hospital. Perhaps he's still going to make it.
Still could recover.
With no sense of remorse, with no sense of sympathy, the police refused to help Ali out. In fact, they started making fun that the man is making fun. The man is not ready. He's still making fun. He's still joking.
He's not dead, he's joking.
He's joking. He's making fun. He's joking. So, concerned citizens within the vicinity had to rally to get a taxi that struggled on their way to JFK. And upon arrival to JFK, Ali was pronounced already dead. Yeah, that's how Ali met the demise.
Let me inform the public that upon deciding to hold this show, I put in a call to 0770-800-100. That is the number for the police directed, and nobody answered it. And I put in another call to the police spokesperson, Moses Carter. His phone too was off. That's why they are not represented on this platform. Let me hear your side of the story.
You hear that? For $500, Besson the man met his demands. $500 LD. The man was beaten to death. Don't bring in my Jabata here.
The hierarchies of the police. Please sit and wait for us.
Let me do this. Before you meeting, my conversation will get determined.
If I'm talking, I don't want no question. Just take order from me.
It's not question.
I'm coming, brother.
Something going on.
I'm going there. I will go there, and I will make sure we'll bring them.
Very good.
I want to make sure this government,
This
government, police brutality will stop. That's what we want.
Right.
We will make sure that even the international community, they will get for Senator Liberia pretty soon.
Thank you.
And we'll get a good result before we
The current head of this protesting group is going towards the Temple of Justice. Okay, that's Mark Javata. He's heading towards the Temple of Justice. Says he's going to meet the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court. So meters deep. And so the police have lined up. This is the final line that they should not. Don't get it wrong, she's not dead. She's alive, but she's seriously wounded. It is military that is dead now, and he was allegedly killed by an officer of the Liberian National Police. So they are calling for justice for all of them. As you can see, seeing the institution movement against police brutality with the motive injustice against women and injustice against so you are seeing the Liberian National Police officer. We are still here. We are still here. We have been currently meeting with the authorities of the government, especially from the so much and needs to stop. So with this peaceful protest, with this police brutality against citizens, so other citizens to join this peaceful protest.
It is sad. It is very sad. Comfort Johnson, Molo, you are right. Liberia, there is no encouragement. Not even from the government. They are killing our brothers and sisters. People are expecting us to sit down and not to talk about it. People are expecting us for us to sit down when these guys are carrying on their good cost construction agreement. When this guy who have chattel blood in him, because when you lay off with chattel former wife or chattel wife, then you have test chattel blood. That means you are part of the chattel syndicate. You will not believe it. The president knew girlfriend. You will not believe it. But me, I'm here to say the truth to my audience. No matter what it is, the one or two officer, police director for Operation 102, he must answer questions. The two officers that drag Ali, they must answer questions. Back to back to the issues. You know, the president's new girlfriend is just laughable. That is the president. The president sees. The president loving to Opojo. Call Angela, who is the new head for MedTech. For those of you guys who don't know what MedTech is, MedTech is a new company that take from Beaver all the shipping construction agreement, all the shippings. It is MedTech that will be responsible, not Beaver anymore. Because Beaver contract is over. So the president brought his girlfriend. His girlfriend who was married legally, who left her married husband, went to Ghana and started dating the minister, the Ghanaian minister for railway. He started dating him seriously until her husband have to come to Ghana and discover that. That is the Opojo that their president is loving to, that the Opojo na he now see. That the Opojo na the president na now see, they call her Angela. Now, what the essence of me talking about this? Because it will put our Liberian business out of the market. Our brothers that are shipping to Liberia, one of them called me yesterday. They told me that this government want to put it out of the business. What is the essence of CTN? What is the essence? What is the essence of MedTech? What is the essence? Now, MedTech came and took over from Beaver, then they hire Beaver. Can you imagine? Because MedTech does not have the necessary equipment. So they got to hire Beaver for Beaver to be doing all the dirty and snacking deal for them. This government is a complete disgrace to mankind. This government is corrupt, nepotistic behavior. This government is #1 nepotistic. Cronyism, nepotism is the hallmark of the day. Oh, you are then informed that Nathaniel Follow my girl, blood sister, is working in this government. She is working as the deputy minister for Ministry of Finance. That was a woman who does not know the difference between deficit and account payable. That is a woman who does not know the difference between deficit and account payable. That is a woman who is Nathaniel Folomage blood sister. You want to hear more? To prove that this government is nepotistic? You want to hear more? The city mayor of Pinsville is related to who? Who can tell me the city mayor of Pinsville is the freaking vice president brother wife? Then the vice president having 2 of her sisters working in the government. You want to know where? One is the deputy minister for Minister of Health. And that one at the Minister of Health, that one taught me when I was in UL. One is the minister, is the deputy minister for gender. Oh yes. That's how nepotistic this government is. Then they were complaining about Ellen yesterday. That Ellen having her children and all in the government. But they were complaining. They come to do the same 6 and 7. This government is a disgrace to modern democracy. President Weah is a toothless bulldog. Oh yes. President Weah is using, for what I told you guys, that the director for NTA, he will not be removed because Weah is eating his sin too. Weah is entering his pinko every day and night. Weah is entering his pinko every day and night. So for him to be able to fire someone who he is sleeping with, so help me God, that is almost like impossible. This government will need to try everything. For some of you guys who say, where is the proof? Proof number 1. Proof number 2. Proof number 3. Proof. Proof number 1, proof number 2, proof number 3. Josh Manor, we are new girlfriend. You know, every new girl that Josh Manor we are see, he not can kick. This is the so-called Ghanaian girl who have 10 years, who your president is crazy for. Yeah. So, that one of God. That one of God. That one of God. The plain Liberia is one of God. Now listen.
Good morning, T-Max. We are grateful. A son to Zumfo, or is a son to Zumfo, the Godin, and the God of Oraga. And the next day, Saka was brought in. So we did not delay. And Moses cattle.
According to you, AB, because of the way the 3 police officers treated him, when you learn about it, why didn't you go to the police and made a complaint against Sako to the police director?
We immediately proceeded at the Liberian National Police headquarters on that Thursday morning. We were there before noon. We were there before 12. With the family members of the late Ali, we registered the case. They had a Senate team. They went for them. Sako had left the scene. Other 2 police officers, one was a son to Zumfo, or is a son to Zumfo, the Godin, and the God of Oraga. And the next day, Sako was brought in. So we did not delay. And Moses cattle, if he can be honest on this one, will confirm to you that we placed a call to him. When we went there, he saw an impression. We remained there over 4 hours. So we did not take it for joke. Ali was murdered.
So what did they tell you? What did the police tell you? You want to register the complaint?
We registered a complaint.
What did they tell you?
That had a sent for the officers.
The
like
officers?
I said, Sako were not on the scene.
So they got Sako the next day?
Yeah. But they got the 2 other police officers the very day. So they got Sako the next day. It was based on our complaint and seriousness. We applied to it. So when they did that, they immediately, when JFK pronounced Ali dead, the government ordered Ali body to be preserved at JFK. So up to present, according to what information we got from the police yesterday, is that Ali remains still at JFK.
What's about Sako and
Sako
the other guys? Are they in
and the
detention?
Sako and the 3 police officers are within the confines of the police, the Liberian National Police. That was also confirmed in a meeting in the presence of the Minister of Internal Affairs, alongside family members and the head of this movement. So we can surely tell the public that the police have informed us to inform the Liberian people that the 3 police officers that were involved are with them while investigation is ongoing. So our gathering yesterday was the second gathering. As you may be aware, Friday last week, we went at Central to ascertain as to whether they have started investigation and how far is the investigation. And the intent of us minimizing the gathering on Friday last week was to have audience with the police authority. But they did not do that. They rather barricaded us and later ordered us to leave the premises of the police. Though we were peaceful, we had placard, we were chanting, we need justice for Ali, says Fatu, and all those victims of police brutality. Majority of that group were women. But they closed their eyes, closed their ears, and that prompted yesterday action. Since we left from there Friday, they never updated us until yesterday. So meaning our yesterday action was expedient because so far so good, we got the needed result yesterday. The president's attention was drawn. He mandated and instructed some of the lieutenants to immediately proceed and take seize of the matter and gave us some level of guarantee.
Who are the lieutenants?
Minister Vani Salif
of the Internal Affairs.
Internal Affairs. Minister Piso from Gender, Kalasco from the President's Office, and other assistant ministers from the Minister of Information, Assistant Minister Jurasano, Assistant Minister Ayuba Fufana from Internal Affairs, Assistant Minister Siaka Sherry from Internal Affairs. They all were there. And with the Chief of Administration for the Liberian National Police heading the police mediating group. But what was interesting in yesterday's meeting was that, Timash, and the public need to know this, we put it in the face of the Liberian government that there is not just saddening, but there is inhumane for one of your citizens to have been killed by one of your employees. And up to present, 1 week, it is today, during this meeting, that you have decided to visit the bereaved family. And that intervention was announced by Minister Vani Salif. Before the police said, the minister should kindly allow them to be part of the delegation. So it tells you that how insensitive you got some police officer, in fact, the police as whole. Because if Patrick Sunu was sensitive, he should have been the first person to have visited our family on Friday. But up to present, he feels that nothing much happened. And this is why we try to ring his bell yesterday.
To ring his bell?
We rang his bell yesterday.
To draw his attention, you mean?
We rang his bell.
Oh, when you ring, there are a lot of connotation to when you ring somebody's bell.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of connotation, a lot of interpretation when you say, I ring your bell is something else.
His attention might have been drawn to it,
Mm-hmm.
but perhaps he did not take it serious. But as of yesterday, he know that if there's anything serious in his life,
You saw that yesterday.
the one that happened yesterday, can number one. If he got 3 things serious in his life, what happened yesterday? Because if he's not careful, this will cost a job.
Oh, his job.
His job.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And I don't think he want to lose a job. If the president get to know that Patrick Sulu did not make any effort to reach the Bibi family, you think the president will be happy with him? No. The president share a responsibility with you because he can't be everywhere at the same time.
So what happened yesterday? Were there brutalities again yesterday as a result of the protest?
Affirmative, T-Max.
How many people?
The police.
How many were there deaths?
No. I think 2 or 3 babies murders. I'm talking about 1 year or 2-year-old children. They were tear gas and they got injury on their knees. I saw 2 for myself, and the third one, they said they help us to get out so they can go and resuscitate her. That's the level of inhumane treatment that some unethical, unprofessional, unpatriotic, and criminal manner police officers are bearing our flag in this country. They need to be weed out. Look, when you get people with criminal mindset, they can't be law enforcers because they do these things often to loot from the protester, to get our belonging illegally. Because when you fire tear gas, people are running here to scatter. If they drop their phones, they drop their valuable, that can no longer be recovered. And yesterday was a case study.
So you had that yesterday, and unfortunately. You blocked the streets, the major street leading to Capitol.
No. And we will also be very fast to provide our information.
The police director will lose his job. Y'all sit down there. Y'all be thinking, say, just when we are him saying he care. Y'all be sitting down there, y'all be talking. This government does not in any way feel the pain that the Liberian people are feeling currently. This government does not show any. This government is ignorant and is insensitive to humankind. This government is insensitive. And then you'll be talking, say, hey, you know. You better get up and say that you are demonstrating for 3 days, 3 nights. Then it will cause the president himself to come to the people. Why are you sending piece of tar? Sending Vani Salif? You think that is enough? For the men who left have been lost. The men who left have been lost just for $500. $500, folks. The man left. The man life was lost. That's for $500. And then you sit there, you think, say, you know, and that is under my feet. I will march them. If they will kill me, let them kill me. This government is insensitive to mankind. And there's nothing that can be able to remove this government except 2023. We'll go to the ballot box. We'll go to the ballot box. We'll make sure that George Ronald are not to get second chance. Keep your call coming on 215-578-1015 or 215-824-8124. Yes. I just said my own. You are allowed to say your own too. Call me here now or forever hold your peace. Josh Manawia is insensitive to mankind. Josh Manawia loving. Any new girl come with her pussy, Josh Manawia will go get his Nobel. Any freaking girl come from Ghana. Sit here, what happened to sit here? That guy came to Morovia, she just laughed. Well, Josh Manawia, and Josh Manawia was on top of what they were signing the paper. Yeah? Josh Manawia was on top of what they were signing the CTN. CTN. $250 before you continue to leave. $250 before you continue to leave. Then they continue then they have to surprise you for you to pay beaver. Hey, you guys are having the country because moment the citizen stand in our street, good for 3 days, UN will stop it. But you guys are jokers. The Liberian people are jokers. The man took beaver and gave it to Medtech. Took beaver. Instead of them renewing beaver contract, for them to be able to straighten the agreement. No. They signed another agreement with another company. Why the head of that company, Medtech, the head of that company is Josh Manawia's girlfriend. A girlfriend who cheated on her husband. Who cheated on her husband because she wanted something deep done in Ghana. The woman cheated on her husband. The woman went and started loving the Minister of Railway. The Ghanaian Minister for Railway. That's the girl that Josh Manawia see in Nobel Senate. Keep your call coming out on 215-578-1050 or 215-824-8124. Yeah? But there is a time for everything. There is a time for everything. Carter, what is your name and where are you calling from? Yeah, Samuel, how you doing?
You know what the people did yesterday? It just gave a clear signal to the government that things are not right. And if we are smart, you know, there are some moments we actually score political point, but he's not smart.
Yeah.
And sometimes the reason why he can't do anything about it because we are in a club or susu of weakness what he does. So he has to protect them when their need arises, and they protect him when his needs arises as well. But we just want to say thanks to the people that stood up yesterday for that brother that was killed. It was unfortunate. It is inhumane. It is wrong. Under no circumstances a person should be killed for that cause. No one deserves to even take another man's life. If it was an accident, fair enough.
$500 business.
But you
$500.
But again, our people, you know, everything in life comes with consequences, and these are the punishment that comes with the decision they made. This gone election in Liberia. So we just pray that the family can get justice, and we hope that the government can see reason this time around to be able to stand up and do the right thing for the Liberian people. And specifically, I want to say thanks to the Mandingo tribe. This is not about tribalism, but the Mandingo people proved yesterday that the other tribes in Liberia are cowards. Because if Liberian people were smart, the death of those auditors, those 4 auditors, should have awakened that country as we have to step down.
What is the name and where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Iowa. This is Evangeline. How are you, Abby?
I'm doing good, Sister Evangeline. How yourself?
I'm okay.
Go ahead.
First of all,
I changed my number anyway.
yeah, I just noticed.
Yeah.
As if, first of all, don't even make in Liberia English. Don't make George we are putting hard. George we are not don't work anymore. It's just moral. It just, they have some men to be eating bitter cola, doing all type of things just to act like they still got it. So let's put that one side. He's going to keep sleeping with all these women, and mostly it's because of the contract. He want to be rich, enrich himself by stealing and doing all the cruelty. But I'm sorry to say that, but I have to say it. There's a book when I was doing psychology class. There was a story in there. The man, it was in England. He have to use this psychology on the people in England. I forgot his name. This is what we have to use on the Liberians in Liberia, our people back home there. It's sweet for them. I'm sorry to say, but I like how George we are increasing. I hope they add another $5 to the port, because most of these sycophants, they send their Ducaflare and things there to their parents. They pour continue on their own guys to send it home and ship it. But when the price is up, they will get angry. And when people are angry, then they will wake up. But when it's just one-sided, it will not work. So I'm glad, and I hope they keep putting the price up. The other day, Costa talking about the phone price going up. Mini, the data mini, they thought he was joking. They sneaky, they put it in without them knowing it. Now they can't even listen to radio show. I just spoke with somebody, cousin yesterday. He said people can't even hear anything again, and I'm glad those things are happening. You see, 1979 we had a race riot, like they had a race riot and people got killed, and from there it went with double downfall. It went, and that's how we are almost start. See, Liberians, their gut, their stomach is more important than human life. And when somebody is being killed, so long it's not in their shoe. There was this girl when we were talking about killing people. She used to be cursing until the 3 boys that got missing. One of them, I think she related to them. She don't curse anymore. Another girl says Hawa had a show about her son being killed by one of the housekeeper or something like that. But when you go on the mother profile picture, she took it out quick. But she had George Weah big picture. So it's sweet. I'm sorry to say, I know some people will be angry. I'm angry, but we have to, since 2007 we've been talking from 16 million to 25 to the killing of 4 auditors. That Sherman young lady, they killed her. They killed the EPS guy. They killed the security, the immigration officer in Grand Jide. They killed Mabutu Yimpa. They killed Hitler Lauren. They killed the security at the bank. And Liberian people still close their head because why? It's not in their home. Well, it ain't happening to them. When you go in Monrovia right now, all that pum pum pum, they were blowing on, that light were around. There's no light. At night, it looked like dark pit hole. And I'm glad that, and when they move from there, they will open their pipe and say, oh, they need a countryman. He get a country on heart. Right now, the country is not here, hard here. What sun can shine? He asshole. That's why he's shopping. And I don't care. You see, the first time when the Costa went on strike, that day, the protest that they had, that protest that shook, we are running away. He ran away to Prince Johnson. I think in Nima or somewhere he went to hide himself. Right now, doesn't care about you anymore. He put the medicine that he did, he's not supposed to put his hand in from. He has to put his 2 hands to the back to walk. And the statue over there, the Liberian people so lazy minded. Listen, man, and they expecting we that in the diaspora, some of them, even when you tell something, and they people don't care about us, and I tell them, you're not fighting for us. I have my air condition blowing me. I get 3 meals a day. If I retire today, I can build my own house in Liberia and go sit down there. I will get my check coming to American embassy. Now you're suffering, not me. They eat people in embassies begging. Some of them shame, they can't open their mouth. But wait, they will wake up. That fool will wake Liberian people up. All the killing will not move them because most of them they saw during the war, they killed their man. Even when Chancellor that you came my man, you came my back, I will vote for you. And watch. When we are on election time, they will start pumping them with small cash, that temporary money. They will give it to them. Their head will turn. So don't trust these people. Even the opposition too. All they're doing, they're fighting to get in power. You see, some country, the opposition, they press the government. They suppress they go other than. But our own opposition, they're sitting down in the chair waiting.
Another person asking you, where is the international community?
International community, excuse me, like in my ass. International community coming for shit for you. Yeah, you sit there, let we are be eating over you and be mistreating you. You see, the war came. You see, these are the things that bring war and small, because you can't keep doing this to people and you expect them to just keep swallowing it. But these people, they will touch the tail of the lion one day they will touch somebody that will not rest in our Monrovia there. And it's at night. You only go on strike. You're supposed to plan these swan hole, then the police director, you go for there at night. You're do whatever. You kill my people at night. You let people say most there. That's and now you're putting on fire gas. You're gas the whole place up. You see, why you're sitting there and you're let somebody just mistreating you, and you expect we in the diaspora will keep talking for you, and somebody will come in and say, if actually they won't do this. Yes, you're killing people, human beings. The only time the other people we are sick of and open their mouth when there's something there. The other day, look at the man that was putting his penis in a little girl mouth, and they Buffalo Chima that killed, sacrifice people child in Maryland. The other day, the women went on strike. I don't know how much they gave them. They all kept quiet. He today he telling them you fire. You put dick in somebody. Ara Kelly did that to how many year old girl? Yeah, he's still they still on him. Up to this day, the music can even come on. But Liberia, you can do anything and get away. And will not talk. We will never talk. He will never open your mouth because is exactly like that. We don't mind putting a dick in a 2-year-old mouth. A male that has no moral integrity, he cannot say anything. Or the studio because he said he the big role. So how you expecting to do anything? Look up what they call him. How they call him the boy the 8 Kalasco. Look at the house he built. And they all doing it. They will do networking or whatever they will be doing it the same thing because they said Ellen did it. So they said they came to see the VP herself. Mabudu Yempa, she went to Ghana over there. I don't know what she did to him, what she didn't do to him. He died, even though he was sick. But she came back and she joined back the same people. How you love somebody and they say my girl is a suspect, but then you in the same group. So right now she loving the one small little boy. She said I had time to eat. So the only time you'll see the VP opening her mouth unless they pay her. But she don't mind. The guy that killed, that raped, or I know something, Sherman, that her relative. That's why it went on and something. Nothing. Y'all will keep talking and talking and talking, and these people are getting stronger. And what they are doing now, they are planning. They have people they are training for the election, so they will be killing. Y'all be ready. I'm telling y'all, and I keep telling y'all, but y'all won't listen to people. I hear it. That's why I'm telling you, they're planning. They are planning. Thank you.
Thank you. Love call, Sam, because Sam was on the line. I don't know what reason Sam left. Keep your call coming now. 215-578-1050 or 215-824-8124.
614
or 215-824-8124 or 215. You know, it is laughable. It is very, very laughable. It is very, very laughable. But one good thing that I know, that I don't care how long these criminals and this road they go. I don't care how long they go. All of them buildings will be confiscated. I don't care how long it be. So yeah, let us concentrate on the elections to come. Let us concentrate on the election to come. Keep a call coming out on 215-578-1050 or 215-824-8124. Yeah. I finished saying my own. A level you not to call. Or we just got it a day. I have finished saying my own. It will mean that for you to call to say your own. So
I'll say you again, I say what of a
yeah, lead the VP. The VP said I want to crack her own tea. The VP is not even able to crack her own canna. Then he's saying we should forget about the VP. But anyway, it was a nice show. I want to thank every one of you guys for tuning in. Friday will be on Saturday. We'll be paying host to the chairman that I respect so much, Chairman Morris Dukley. I respect that chairman so much. He is the chairman for COP Minnesota chapter. He will be our guest on Saturday. Rest assured, all the necessary questions about COP will be asked. What is the way forward for our country will also be asked. I strongly believe that the chairman will be in a position for him to answer that questions. With much ado, bye-bye for now.